What is up, everybody? How is it going? Austin Prechtelevate Performance, coming at you live. Hope you are having a good day so far. Happy Wednesday. Happy winning freaking Wednesday. Let's get this thing kicked off here in a second. Today, we are talking about how you are the combination of the closest people that you hang out with. And I want to talk about this today for one reason in particular that came to mind is for those of you that don't know, I'm going up to Canada. Once again, I'm going up to Canada here in tomorrow. I'm leaving for Canada tomorrow, and I'm really excited for it. I'm going to be hanging out with my mentors, a bunch of people who I consider my peers that I've met online, through online coaching, and I'm going to get to meet a bunch of people that have made incredible impacts in my lives. I went to this same sort of event last September. It was mind blowing. It was life changing. It was totally incredible. And so, why not do it again, right? And so that's what I'm doing. I am going to that. I'll be there for several days. Going to be learning a lot. I'm going to be hanging out with some of the honestly, just some of the smartest and like some of the smartest people I've ever met in my entire life. And who are when I think of the word leader, right? When I think of the word leader or leadership, or tenacity, these people are the people that I am. That these are those types of people. And so why is that important, right? Like why is that important to me? Why do I value why do I value that a lot? Why do I value hanging out with people who are next level or high level or above average in a sense in these areas of life, right? In terms of being successful with their businesses and things like that. And it's because the people that you hang out with are who you become. We are a product of our closest friends and family that we hang out with on a daily basis. The people that you spend the most time with are the people that you're going to most likely become, right? Why? Because every day you're interacting with them. They're interacting with you. They're impacting things that you do. You're talking about certain things. They're talking about certain things. Their thoughts will become your thoughts, right? And so if you're constantly hanging out with people who are shitty, right, or toxic, or constantly complaining, or always trying to get you to quit doing something and go do something else that's not in alignment with your goals, guess what? You're going to be way more likely to do those things and to fall off your plan and to fall off track and to not actually accomplish your goals, because you're a product. You are the combination of, you've heard this quote, like your five closest friends, right? And so a quote that I like is like, if you're in a room with five geniuses, guess what? You're probably going to become the sixth. But if you're in a room full of five dummies, right? Five dumbasses, you're probably going to become the sixth dumbass, right? So let's put that into the context of, if you're hanging out only with people or parents or, folks that don't give half a shit about their fitness or their health, right? And you're constantly hanging out with those people, or they're constantly complaining about how, they can't get in shape, but yet they never have tried to do a sustainable weight loss journey, or they've never tried going to the gym. Guess what? You're going to be more likely to be like those people. You are like, you're going to become those people because you are hanging out with them on a regular basis, and we are a product of our environment. More often than not. And if anything, even if you are staying the course, it's going to make it a hell of a lot harder and a hell of a lot less enjoyable along the way. Does that make sense? Like, who here, like, if you're maybe, maybe this is your situation right now, or maybe in the past, and you can attest to this, like, you're hanging out with a group of friends, or you're hanging out with family, and they're just constantly toxic, like constantly complaining and constantly, never, doing the things that they said that they were going to do, right, for their health. You see them day after day or week after week not showing up for themselves, and that stuff impacts us, whether we like it or not. It impacts us. It impacts, our mental, right? It can, their thoughts can become our thoughts, right? And oftentimes when you're hanging out with people, right, either if you're at a higher level in certain areas of life and than they are, right, they're going to rise up to your level, or they're going to bring you down to theirs, right? It's one or the other. There's really not that much of an in between. And so you have to be thinking about these things when it comes to your fitness journey, when it comes to your weight loss journey, when it comes to your health journey. Who are you hanging out with, right? Like, who are you spending the most time with, Are you spending the most time with a bunch of people who always complain and are quitters and like never show up for themselves? Or are you hanging out with people who show up no matter what? Are you hanging out with people who, despite what may be going on in their lives, still show up day in, day out, more often than not, and do the things that they know that they need to do to reach their goals because it matters to them, right? Because they're not willing to lower their standards for themselves just because other people are doing that, right? And so sometimes, um, and this is a concept that I didn't really realize or think about in this way, but sometimes you got to pay for your seat at the table, right? Whether that be in money or in time, right? In building that relationship or paying for your seat at the table, sometimes that's the case. Sometimes that's the case. Wholeheartedly, just to be transparent, any single freaking opportunity I have to invest in myself and invest in mentorship or invest in paying for a seat at that table, to hang out with these people, to hang out with these elites, to hang out and pick the brains of these people and be surrounded by greatness, I jump on that opportunity every single time. Every single time. Why? Because I know it's going to make me a better person. I know it's going to make me a better leader. I know it's going to make me in more alignment and be a better business owner, be a better person, be a better leader for my clients. And so why wouldn't I do that when it's going to pay off so much more down the road, right? Because we're playing the long game here, and you need to be viewing it that way too. And so sometimes that's the case, right? Sometimes that's the case, whether it be through time or funding, right? At the end of the day, that's kind of what it comes down to. And so, having that seat at the table is super important, though. Like having that seat at the table is something that being surrounded by people who are at a higher level or where you want to get to eventually, or on par with where you're at and you want to grow together. Like there's nothing like it. And it's something that I didn't value enough earlier on, like in life, or like even in like college and things like that. It's not something that I valued as much as I do now, but it's so important. It's so important to your success that you are surrounded by people who have similar goals, who want to accomplish like the same thing. Because instead of getting thrown off course or out of alignment or torn down every time that you want to try and build something for yourself or grow or get better or lose the weight or get in shape or go to the gym, instead of being held back or torn down or having like a weight attached to you, you're gonna have other people who are like, yeah, like cheering you on, supporting you, like helping to like act as a catalyst to like facilitate that, to support that behavior in those habits. And so not a lot of people have that, right? Not a lot of people have that. Not a lot of people realize that oftentimes the people that they're hanging out with are impacting their journeys in that way. And so the first thing is to recognize, like, like if you're in that situation right now, like recognize, like, am I surrounded myself with people who, are similar in terms of my goals and who I want to be like, right? Like, do you want to be like the people that you're hanging out with? If the answer is no, if like you're hanging out with people and they're constantly complaining and they're toxic all the time and they're just like, every opportunity they get, it's a pity party kind of deal. And guess what? You're probably going to be more like that. You're probably going to be more like that than if you're hanging out with people who are like always, trying to find the silver lining in situations, who are always trying to be in more of like a positive headspace, who are always working on getting their nutrition down, right? Or who aren't missing their workouts and things like that. If you're hanging out with those kinds of people, guess what? You're going to be more like those people, right? It's this like social thing. Like humans want to be we want to be liked. We want to be a part of a group. We want to be a part of and if your group is something that's positive and constructive towards your goals, man, that's great. You're going to get there that much faster. It's going to be a more enjoyable process because you're not going to be pulling teeth and taking 10 steps back every time you try to take 2 steps forward. So that's just what I want to talk about today. And so I encourage you guys, if you're watching this right now, to think about who you are hanging out with right now, right? Identify those people in your mind. Like, are these people that I'm hanging out with and spending the majority of my time with, are they helping me get to my goals, right? Are they helping me? Are they making it more likely that I'm going to succeed? Or are they holding me back? Are they a detriment to my goals? Are they making me waste my time and my mental energy and and emotional energy and things like that, when I could be putting that towards something else that could be helping me? And so I encourage you, like, identify that and figure out, like, are you surrounded by a bunch of awesome, like, badasses who you enjoy spending time with, who you enjoy learning with, who you enjoy doing these things that are making you a better you, right? And so, so that's what I encourage you guys to do. But at the end of the day, right? Just to put it, I see a comment. I don't hang out with anyone but my husband, then work. Yeah, that's fair. Especially during this time, it can be a little bit tougher. But yeah, and I will say this, like if you're somebody who's but those are my friends. Like that's all I have. Like if I don't have them, then I don't have anybody, right? I encourage you to one, do the things that make you happy, and be authentic. Be your authentic self, because with time your light will shine authentically, and the people that are supposed to be in your life will like gravitate to you in a sense, or you'll find them, because you're going to be doing what you actually want to do, and you're going to be in alignment with yourself. And when you do that, you're going to be more likely to hang out and run into people that are, in the same boat as you. And at the end of the day, find better friends, right? Find better friends. Like, if you want this bad enough, if you want to be successful in your fitness journey, in your health journey, and I'm not saying you can't ever hang out with any of your other friends, but stop spending so much time with them, and spend more time with the people that actually are going to help you reach your goals, and live a happier, healthier life at the end of the day. And I'm just gonna be transparent. Sometimes the path will be lonely. It will be a lonely path sometimes, until you find that niche, until you find that family of sorts. Because that's how, I mean, for me, it was like I was like doing my own shit for like 6 months straight. I didn't have any like. I was like, it was lonely. Like, entrepreneurship's a lonely road in and of itself, but especially doing entrepreneurship in an online setting and like at home and things like that, like very lonely path, right? It was one of those things, like nobody really understood what I was doing, or like why I was doing it, and it was like, you can't talk, like it's not like a topic that like a lot of people care about. But once you find that niche, and you just keep being yourself, and you just keep being your authentic self, like you're gonna find the people that you're gonna want to spend time with, that are gonna like be in alignment with your goals. And at the end of the day, like it just comes down to what matters to you the most, right? Do you want to reach your goals? And if the people that you're hanging out with right now are holding you back from reaching those goals, and it's because they're negative or toxic or whatever it may be, what do you really want that in your life at the end of the day, right? Or do you want to reach your goals and be and feel accomplished and successful and whatever that may be? And I'm not saying it has to be for fitness and nutrition specifically. This applies to anything in life that you're wanting to work towards. Like, if you said one day you woke up and you're like, man, I've really wanted to pursue this dream of mine of singing, or becoming a better singer, or playing an instrument or something like that. But when you say it, your friends like talk shit about it, or they're toxic, or they're like, why would you do that? Or maybe it's your family members and they're saying that kind of shit too. And it's like why, why do you want to expose yourself to that? Why do you want to be surrounded by that at the end of the day? You don't want that. You want to be supported. You want to feel like supported and cheered on, right? And in alignment with who you actually are. And so, I encourage you. What's up, Kira? How's it going? How's it going? I'm just getting out of the gym. Nice. I was actually thinking today that I wish I had some gym buddies. I see several groups of friends working out together, cheering each other on, and I want that. I know it will come a time. Just trying to make those connections. I completely agree. I completely agree. And right now, I will say it is particularly hard to find a gym partner right now. I will say, just because the often sometimes it depends on where you're at. Like during this pandemic and things like that, people aren't as open to like being friendly and talking to strangers and things like that, and it can be tough. And I will say, like, I was actually I had this conversation with my brother this morning, where I was just like God damn, I wish I had a freaking gym partner, right? I wish I had a gym partner. I don't have one around here. Like, I don't have one around here that I can work out with consistently. Who will go to the gym with me, consistently. I don't. And it's one of those things where it's like, man, that'd be nice just to have somebody to to talk to, and to like cheer on and things like that, and push each other and things like that. And sometimes it can be a lonely road until you find that, and even just talking from personal experience, I, have after, me and my brother were gym partners for, shoot, like 5 or 6 years straight at least. And going from having a gym partner in that sense to not really having a gym partner consistently, it could be tough. It can be tough, and it's one of those things that I do miss. And so, yeah, if anybody's in the Spokane Valley area and wants to be gym partners off and on, let me know. I'm taking applications right now, or let me throw my application in the ring for your gym partner. But yeah, guys. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, like, if and this is the thing too, right? After I left the last event, that I went to, the basically kind of like the similar event that I'm going to here in a couple, or here that I'm going to tomorrow. After I left that environment, I had never felt so in alignment, so energized, so like I knew that what I was doing was what I should be doing, right? I had never felt so on point. I had never felt so just like being in a room with people where there's like almost like a buzz. Like you can almost like feel a buzz. You're under one roof with all these people who who are growing their online businesses, who are growing and being growing themselves to be the best leaders, to be the best coaches that they can be, for not only for themselves but for their clients, right? To like be their best selves. There's nothing quite like it. There's nothing quite like it. And so, for you guys, I encourage you, and here's the thing is it's all online. Like I've known all these people online for, several years now. And just to be able to, experience that, is one reason why, I'm looking forward to, hopefully having like a live event at some point, for my own clients, just because it's one of those things like to like be surrounded by each other, like, and have that community like in person even too. I think is something that having a taste of it and getting that value, in that way too, is just another layer, to the culture of it, to the community of it, and something that I think that, a lot of people, get value from, oftentimes. And so, but you can get it for like I said, like I didn't feel alone anymore whenever I met this niche group of people to hang out with. I didn't feel alone anymore in my pursuits towards success, in my journey, in my business, in life, into being like the best version of myself. And I feel like a lot of my clients would agree, like, we get that feeling too from like our community and from like our private group. Having that like sense of community where you can cheer each other on, where you can like share pictures of your food and people aren't going to be like weirded out by it, where you can share pictures of your progress and you don't have to feel judgment or anything like that. And you got people like cheering you on and like congratulating you for like, like winning meal prep contests and things. Like, it's just, I don't know, like it's just having like that environment where you can feel supported by other parents who are like working towards similar goals, and other like not just parents but like busy adults too, just like it's like, oh shit, like you had all this crazy shit going on in your day and you still got your workout in despite that. Damn, like that's inspiring. I want to be more like that too. And then you take actions that reflect that. And so that's why I wanted to talk about that today, because like seriously, your environment is so crucial. It's so important to your success. And at the end of the day, you can go at it alone. You can do it alone. You can do it on your own. But it's going to be a lonely journey. It's not going to be that fun. And I can tell you from personal experience, both in the groups that I'm a part of and the groups that I've helped create and facilitate for my clients, there is nothing like having that support, in your journey. Like it's such an asset to your success. I honestly think, you know you need to try and find that and make that something a part of your life, so that way you can have a better time and be more likely to reach your goals and be successful, honestly. So cool. Other than that, at the end of the day, my challenge to you, if you're watching this, like I said, identify who you're hanging out with. Are they in alignment with your goals? If you're saying that you want to be a fit parent, or you want to be in shape and you want to be healthy and you want to lose weight, or you want to recomp and become strong, right? But you're only hanging out with people who don't give half a shit about any of that stuff, right? Or are always making excuses for themselves, or are always like, no, let's skip the gym and let's go party, or let's go get mimosas and go have brunch and things like that. You can have a little bit of both of those things in your life. Balance, right? But if that's all you have and that's all you're hanging out with all the fucking time, or you're only complaining with people who complain about shit and never want to actually do anything about their goals, right? Guess what? That's going to be you. That might be you right now, until you get to that next level, or you hang out and you change your environment up. So I encourage you, find better friends if that's what you're struggling with right now, because there's much better people out there in alignment with your goals, if that's what you want to achieve, right? If that's what you want to achieve. I'm not saying like stop hanging out with people that completely, but what I am saying is like, like use your time wisely, right? Use your time wisely. So Hope you guys got value from this. Hope that this was helpful. Feel free to let me know your number one takeaway in the comments down below. And I encourage you guys, today or this week, if you're at the gym and you see a group of people and you're like, damn, like they look like they're having a good time, or like, man, like, whatever it may be, or if you've got somebody in the back of your mind that you're like, man, I wonder if so and so would want to like go to the gym with me, or would want to go work out with me, or would want to come over to my house and have a at home workout with me, or like even FaceTime if you got a long distance friend, and have them be your like gym partner in a sense, like like do it. I encourage you. I highly encourage you to do that. Like that's my challenge to you is think about somebody and reach out. Don't be scared. Like the worst thing that anybody can say is no, and it literally does nothing to you at the end of the day. It does not impact your life if somebody says no. I've been told no many, 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 many times in my life, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So, other than that, though, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope you guys got value from this. And other than that, I will talk to you all later. Bye.